Gian Pep, they said. Someone, not naming any names, Yasser Said, said Man United would come second or even third this season. Crystal Palace? Excuse me?
Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H.
I want to talk about hype. I want to talk about, because hype is a key word, and I've been on this whole anti-hype thing for a long time, because I've been saying this for a long time. Man United are not relevant footballing wise. They're not. But they're just a huge, amazing brand. And really, there isn't that much difference between United and AC Milan. Just at United, they finish in higher positions. But there's not really that much difference between Boychester divided and like an AC Milan. Because you once were this great, big, huge club, and now you're scrambling for top four positions, and you're not really in any conversation. So when we talk about the Champions League and so forth, nobody mentions Man United. You don't say, Liverpool, Chelsea, Juventus, Real Madrid, No, you don't. And United fans have to accept that, because I think there is a certain sense of an arrogance. And there's huge, massive arrogance in British media, because, see, the English people, they love tradition. They love tradition, hence why they hate teams like a Man City and a PSG. They like teams that are historical and are sort of that represents the history of something. I don't give a damn about history. I'm all about the now. I'm all about, what did you do for me lately? What are you doing for me going forward? And Man United as a brand will always be relevant. They are one of the most popular global brands in the world. That is a fact. You can never deny that. Okay, you go to almost anywhere in the world, that badge and so forth is iconic. But this isn't half hope branding hot. This isn't half hope business hot. This isn't half hope lingerie hot. No, this is the half hope football hot. So I'm about football and now. So it's about, what have you done for me lately on the footballing pitch? And Man United are not in any conversation with regards to the elite. They're not an elite club. You don't choose Man United because, man, I want to try and win something. In 2020, you don't. You only choose them because they are popular and because of the history for them. I'm going to leave Solskjær, because Solskjær is something I want to go to, because Solskjær is a CL final merchant. That's what it is. He's living off that goal that he scored, which was a tap-in, by the way. A tap-in. He's living off a goal he scored in 1999. People attack me because I say 2010. Last I checked, 2010 still has a 2 behind it. This dude only got this job based off a goal he scored in 1999, before the millennium, when the Matrix came out. So that's what I'm saying. This was the 99. You see, let's just talk about Marcus Rashford, who got outshone and overshadowed by a dude called Wilfried Zaha. Okay, let's talk about Marcus Pele Rashford, because I'm sorry, guys, I'm coming for all of you guys, specifically Yasser Said. Said, I hope you're here, because Said, I warned you, because Said, I know I'm not going to reveal the DM you sent me. Said, I'm not going to reveal the DM you sent me on Twitter. I will not say that. But I responded to that DM towards you. Fine. Then Said, you came here yesterday and you opened your mouth and you put United coming second. You said that. That's what you said. So Said, you best get on this platform and explain what the hell you said second. Because you just took an L to Crystal Palace 3-1. 3-1. That's the result. 3-1. 3 goals to 1. 1-3. 1-3. We'll talk about Marcus Pele Rashford. This dude was compared to Mbappe. People said this is the next great player. People put in that this is one of the best young players in the world. I swear to you, if this dude played for Palace or Chelsea, they wouldn't say these things about him. They wouldn't. But because he plays for Man United, and English media literally are the biggest hype merchants on the planet, everything just blown out of proportion. I'm like, I know what Mbappe can do. I know what the Us can do. I know what Sancho can do. Okay, I know what Ansu Fati can do. I know what these guys can do. Rashford, I've always said his height. Never will I say the guy is world class. Excuse me. I told you I use the eye test. So the eye test has never failed me. Okay, ever since I came out of the womb. I have been using the eye test for football analysis all through my entire life. Okay, and it never fails. Whenever I'm in doubt or something, like, man, H, what do you do? Trust the eye test. Trust the eye test. And the eye test never fails me. It never fails me. So they called him Marcus, the new Mbappe, the new Ronaldo, the new everything under the sun. They put. I said, guys, don't put this thing on him, because he did the same thing with Rooney. You called Rooney the white Pele. Why? Because Rooney plays for Man United. So he's got to be the next biggest thing because he plays for Man United and he's English. When you're English and you are decent, that's the thing. When you're English and you're decent and you play for Man United, you're the next big thing. And English media just hype you. And then the player just fails because he falls under the pressure because he now believes in all of the crap that these brainless morons who just write headlines just to sell pieces puts forth towards these guys. And I'm sorry, man. It's like Rashford, he'll score a goal here and there. He'll score the odd free kick here. He'll never be world class. And he's never sitting on the same table as Erling Haaland, as Sancho, as Ansu Fati, as any of the João Felix. Those are the stars. He is not in that category of one of the best youngsters in the world. It's just not happening. Fernandes. What does this guy do if he doesn't score a penalty? Because I can't hear you. Easy. Whoa. Speak up. If United don't get a penalty, what does he do? I saw it. He was quality. It's still an amazing signing, and he played amazingly well. What did he do in this game? And I'm going to be watching Fernandes very, very carefully now, because now that whole impact thing is over. Now it's real. Now let's see how good you really are, because everybody loves to be reactionary. Everyone loves to be reactionary. Once he was going on that run, guys said, oh my gosh, Fernandes is the best guy in the world. He's world class. Is this, is that, is all that kind of stuff. Oh, okay. You can do it for me, good. Let's see whether you do it next season. Let's see whether you can be consistent in carrying this on. Solskjær, I'm getting to Solskjær. I'm getting to your boy Solskjær. Why is a convicted criminal the captain of this side? Can anybody in the live chat please answer that? Can anybody please give me an answer? Why is a convicted criminal the captain of Man United? Anybody? Please, I'll check the live chats afterwards. When you send your super chats and so forth, I will view them afterwards. But for people out there, just tell me, why is a convicted criminal still the captain of this Man United side? That's the other thing out there. I'll get to Solskjær. Wilfried Zaha. First of all, Jordan Ayew is a classy brick, by the way. I just want to put that he's a classy brick, and he's been a classy brick for the last 5, 6, 7 years. That guy is trash. He's useful, but he's utter trash. Zaha, man. See, that's a G. And you see, for me, I have more respect for Zaha than I do like a Rashford, because Zaha, look at what he's working with. And the fact that he is still on people's radar, and people still talk about it when he literally doesn't have the same kind of support system that a Rashford has, I will always have more respect for a Zaha than a Rashford. And when you look at that goal that Zaha scored, that was a goal fully engineered by him, because it was a quality shot. He took it early, and it was superb placement against what we thought was a keeper, David De Gea. Now let's get down to the nitty gritty. Ole Gunnar Solskjær. Do you know what Solskjær is? Solskjær is sentiment merchant. He's a sentiment merchant. United fans think this guy is the Norwegian Pep. That's what they believe. So all because he played for your club, scored a legend goal for your club, therefore he's the chosen one. So in 20 years' time, I want to see Origi become the manager of Liverpool. Whoa. Why not? No. I want to see Origi. As long as let Origi get his coaching badges. Let Origi relegate Cardiff City, and I want to now see Origi as the manager of Liverpool, because Origi scored one of the most famous goals in Liverpool history. Same thing, Solskjær scored one of the most famous goals in United history. He only got the job based off a goal he scored in 1999. He isn't this manager, this huge amazing fun that United fans think he is. But United, because he is this United legend and he means so much to the club and he's so historic, and Fergie vouched for him. Fergie also vouched for David Moyes, by the way, but Fergie vouched for him and so forth. People will come up with excuses for him. But if you want to truly be objective, is this really the man to now win something for United? Is he truly the man to now take United to the next level? Are you putting him in the same category as a Klopp, a Mourinho, and all of these kind of dudes? But people will say, some people say, he beats Pep 4 times last season. And that's what people hang their hands on. He beats Pep 4 times. Okay. How many trophies did he win for that? There was a season that Arsenal beat United twice. When Fergie was around, who won the league that season? It was United. So do you think it means more to beat a team twice during a league season, or does it mean more to win the trophy at the end of the season? So fair enough. Oli beats Pep four times. Did he get a trophy at the end of the season? In 5-10 years, does anybody remember that? People remember all the trophies that Pep has won. People remember Pep's 100 points, his 98 points. You think people remember?
There's that season when he beat him twice. He beat him twice that season. Yes.
Okay, cool, nice one. You don't win a trophy for just beating a team twice during a domestic season. You win it if you finish with the most points. Solskjær is not the answer for United. He's most likely getting sacked by Christmas. He is not going to be taking this team forward. And United fans, you have been lied to. You are living in the land of delusion because you have been sold a lie that a dude who was last relevant in 1999. Guys, I told you guys. Do you know how long ago 1991? He was last relevant before the millennium. That was the last time he was relevant. And this dude is not supposed to be the guy that's not supposed to be taking you to the next level? Come on, man. Come on. It's Boychester divided. It is Boychester divided henceforth, moving forward until you tell me otherwise. Solskjær was always the wrong dude. He's always the wrong dude. And I think that you look at this United side and yes, they will eventually win some games because you got Martial. Rashford can do something. And let's even talk about Pogba. Thank you. I almost forgot. I'll take your questions after this. Let's talk about Pogba. Pogba doesn't really care. He just doesn't care. And people can say, because if people say, oh my gosh, you go so easy on Pogba because you care about Pogba, this and that and everything. That's not the issue here. The issue is this isn't the dude we saw at Juventus. This isn't the dude that we saw for France, who was definitely one of the best midfielders in the world. And you're seeing a guy who doesn't really click with this team. I'm not sure whether he wants to be here. And if United are smart, look, Donny van de Beek, that was a nice G that he scored. If United wants to move forward, why don't you do a deal? Make a good lucrative deal for Pogba. You could maybe try and get 120 mil from someone, use that money and bolster up this team, increase this team. But the issue here is this. Even if you sell Pogba, even if you sell Labille, what's the point in giving 120 mil to an Ole Gunnar Solskjær? Because you can have all the money in the world. You can have all the players in the world. If they're not managed well, they're not coached well, it doesn't mean anything. So Pogba is not the issue. Marcus Rashford is not the issue. It's the guy who is managing this side. Do United fans truly believe that Solskjær can lead them to a Premier League win? Do United fans truly believe that this guy can lead them to a Europa League win? A Champions League win? Does he truly believe that he can? That's my thing. And United fans will still hold on to 1999. And that is the only thing keeping him in this job. Because if not for 1999, he'd be sacked. Let's be real. He'd either be sacked or he would be deep in the hot seat. What has been keeping him truly this job and what has been giving him lifeline after lifeline after lifeline is the fact that 1999. But this is where I caught him some bail. Is United have been linked with Jesus. I told you, United put a bid in for Jesus, 2.5 bill. Jesus said, "No, I'm not. Relax. I've got things to do. I've got stuff. I'm busy." But Ed Woodward said, "Jesus, we need you." Okay, Jesus, if we can have you, can we have Moses? Can we have David? Can we have Goliath? Can we have Samson? What's Delilah doing? Can Delilah have a sex change to become a man? United have bid for everyone in the Bible. From beginning to end, in the Old News, they built for every single person. Pastor, they put a bid for Einstein, for Mandela, for Muhammad Ali, for the Dalai Lama, anybody, and for some reason they've already rejected these dudes, and all they got was a dude called Beak, who scored, by the way, looking pretty good. But all he got was a dude called Beak. What happened to Sancho? What happened to the youth? What happened to all these dudes? What happened to Erling Haaland? Let me take some of your questions and then I can get out of here, man. Let me take some of your questions, guys. From your boy Dungu Kamau. Dungu Kamau said, Zaha was killing it today. Someone needs to pick him up. Zaha needs to leave Crystal Palace. He's too good for the club. He's way too good. He's way too good for the club. And see, when I think Chelsea was somewhat linked for him, and I would easily take that dude at Chelsea for sure. Because where I told you, that's what I said. Whenever I respect guys are players who are getting goals, playing at a high level for an average team. Crystal Palace are a mid-table team. 100, that's their level. Like, their ceiling is 11th, 12th. They're not a top 10 team or a top 8 team. So the fact that this guy can still hustle, get goals, make things happen, I have no idea why the guy is still stuck at Palace. But the issue here, though, is that you may say that, but maybe that could be his level, that if he does move to a bigger club, how are you sure like he's able to say, "What's up?" Vinicius Senior, pray for United defense if Nebape come to town. Look, I don't know who or what decided that Maguire was this great to defender. Where does this dude Maguire come from? Who said he's an amazing defender? Who said this guy? Who even said this guy should be? Isn't this a convicted criminal? That's what I'm saying. For Lalo, watch out for Eze, guy. It's going to be a monster. I mean, the dude was I. The dude was I, but for me, the guy that really shone for me, for sure, was the guy that really shone for me was Zaha. Zaha was the dude that really shone. Palace wants too much money. How much are they asking? Unless they're asking for 150, 160, it may be worth a dip, 100, 110. Basically, you know what? United could do with Zaha. That's the kind of play that United could do it, because I feel Zaha has more to his game than your boy Marcus Pele Rashford. Because the thing with Rashford is it's all hype. It's all hype. But is this guy actually showing anything fully on the pitch? I don't think homeboy is. All right, that's what you guys are saying, man. All because of one fraud World Cup. United bought him for 80 million. Amazing. And why is that's what is why is like why is my thing though is this is that how do you look at what he did at that World Cup and then you make him captain and you make him the main guy of the team? It doesn't make any sense. But then you say to yourself, because for me, the captain of this team, it should be De Gea. That's the captain that makes sense. Why do you make unless you have a belief that the guy must be English? Must it be? Because I believe there was a time when Vidic was captain for United. So for me, it doesn't make any sense, man. Your boy Terry. Look, shout out to your boy Terry, man. Shout out to your boy Terry. Shout out to your boy Terry, man. Basically, Lord only knows how Terry is reacting to this, man. Lord only knows how Terry is acting to this, man. Zaha, you see, I have never rated Rashford. What I've given Rashford is he's a very good. He's got very good shooting technique and so forth. But within the context of a game and as an individual trying to make things happen, I just don't. I've never seen the big deal about Rashford. Because what's it called? Your boy, shout out to your boy Mo. He sent me like a video of like Rashford dribbling and so forth, and it looks good. This stuff looks good. I'm like, yeah, this is all good, but this is just in a vacuum. So you can't. It's like there's a difference between ability and performance. Most football players have amazing ability. That means nothing if you can't perform it. Rashford, I don't see these things on display. But for Zaha, I see these things on display, and I see greater individuality, and I see a guy who is much more of an individual game changer in Zaha than I do for Rashford. Rashford is hype. Rashford, I put in the same category as David Beckham, in the same category as Wayne Rooney, to some extent in the same category as like even Gerard Lampard, where English media overhype all of their players. But especially if you play for United, you go off like 50 levels because United is like England's team. So that's the issue. From your boy Dan, thank you for super chat, Mr. Dan. Barcelona v Man United as of now. Barcelona win because of Messi. Messi against that defense, they'll win. United may get a few goals because Barcelona's defense is shifty, but Messi would pulverize those guys. Just like Bayern Munich are not as trash, and Bayern Munich are just far. Bayern Munich are far better coached, far better organized, have better defenders, so they knew how to restrict and nullify a Messi. That's United. If you're conceding 3 to Crystal Palace, you're conceding at least 3 to Messi and Barcelona for sure. So that goes without saying, man. That goes without saying. Let's see. Positives. Man United shouldn't bench Van der Beek. Bench McTominay. Well, look. You know what? Based on Pogba's performance, Solskjær may actually start Van der Beek and leave Pogba on the bench. If Van der Beek continues to play really well and play at a high level, you could have a crazy situation where Pogba is now benched and Pogba hardly plays game, and now that's now the story. And you have a situation where if Van der Beek is playing well, the team is performing well, especially if the team is winning. That's if the team is winning and they're winning without Pogba, and Van der Beek is a big reason for that. What do you do? Pogba should have left. And Pogba should have been Dimitri Payet. Club football is cutthroat. There is no loyalty in club football. Loyalty is overrated. Look out for yourself. Look out for number one. Okay? You don't get any brownie points for, you stayed. You were so loyal. F that. That is complete and utter crap. Look out for yourself. Watch out for yourself. Always do that, man. Always do that for yourself. Look, man, 3-1, man. 3-1, 3-1, 3-1. So, no, look, you see, now to be fair here, we can laugh, and we can laugh, because they lost 3-1 to Jordan Ayew at the crib at Old Trafford. But it is only one game. It is only one game, and there are teams who have won the title losing a match, or dare I say losing 2 or 3 matches. So it's only one game. But my issue is that based on all of the talk and all of the hype surrounding them, it does look quite odd you losing that first game against Palace. That's the first thing. Second thing is the signings. The only real signing you've made is Donny van de Beek. If that is all you're saying, it puts a lot of pressure on this team that I think needs an extra push. And if all you can say is Daniel James out wide right, puts a lot of pressure on your boy Rashford as well. And you say loyalty is overrated, but what about Totti? Totti is an anomaly. Gerrard is an anomaly. How many players stay at one club for their entire career? You can count them on one hand. You can literally count on one hand the amount of major top tier talent that stayed at their club for their whole career. The only ones I can think of off the top of my head: Totti, Gerrard, Maldini. De Rossi eventually left. Henry eventually. So guys, most of the guys eventually left. Oh, maybe you can argue Lamb, but Lamb went out on loan somewhere. Most guys, they take a hike. Loyalty is overrated, bro. It's overrated. Pogba doesn't owe United anything. He doesn't. So Pogba should have, and I think he will regret this, he should have aggressively pushed for a move to either Juventus or Real Madrid. And right now, especially with the whole COVID thing, which makes it hard, I think Pogba's career is just going to take a plunge, which is a shame. Which is a shame. It is going to take a plunge. Let's see. I don't think any. Shout out to Ban Aaron Aksu, football hall member. I don't think anyone is hyping United. Top 4 is a minimum. Erhan, I heard people say top 4 is guaranteed. Saeed, who obviously doesn't want to show his face in this live stream, he said second. And I said, wait, excuse me? He gave a top 4 and he put United as runners up, and he didn't even put Man City in top 4. So there has definitely been this narrative that based on just how strong they finished last season, that, oh my gosh, Solskjær, he's the right man at the wheel. And you see, you know how you can almost be a victim of your own success? I think maybe the worst thing that happened to United and United fans was Solskjær beating Pep 4 times. Because now they'll say, well, look, Solskjær, he must be amazing. He must be a coaching wizard because he beat Pep 4 times. Leon also beat them 3-1 as well, with a much more inferior side. So you beating Pep in a one-off game doesn't really mean much. It really doesn't mean much, man. It really does not mean much. So it's about trophy. Yeah, look, man, Knicks is Knicks. I need to find Knicks, man. I need to find Knicks as well. Where the hell is Knicks? Yeah, Buffon even left, man. Buffon left. Everyone eventually leaves. So, but this is my prediction for this season, specifically with Pogba. I don't see Pogba leaving United. Like, right now, it's going to be complicated to make a transfer, and I'm not sure that Pogba is going to be a main starter. And something tells that Pogba has grown disinterested with United. So he'll have some games here and there where he does something, some games here and there where he's really cool and so forth. But a lot of the games, Pogba will be like, F it. Nah, screw it. Nah, I'm good. Nah, bro, I'm out. So he's just going to just turn it on and off, on and off, on and off, on and off, on and off. And that's what's going to be it, man. I just say again, Pogba should have left. Pogba should have left, man. And he effed up, man. Homeboy effed up, man. What else you guys saying, man? Guys, tomorrow, huge game. Massive game tomorrow. Lautaro Martinez over Rashford? Hell yes. And I don't even rate Lautaro Martinez that highly because I have seen that his game is limited. But for me, Lautaro Martinez can give me more than Rashford. Sorry, Rashford is a good player, but he is incredibly, criminally overrated. But then again, even if he's overrated, doesn't mean he's trash. It just means that he's just not as good as people make him out to be. It's very simple. My boy just bested. Everton are finishing above United. James, Bruno, Everton are looking tight. But guys, it's early days. I will not come out and say Everton will finish before United. I believe United will finish above Everton. But Everton are looking good for like top 6, top 7, But you see, that is the definition of being reactionary. Oh my gosh, Everton top 4. there's still 36 games left this season, and in those 36 games, Everton will go through a lot. James Rodriguez will go through games where they're not playing well. Everton will lose a bunch of games. Everton will go out of form, and it's going to be how they react to that. You cannot just take such a small sample size of 2 games of a season and say, this team's amazing, they'll do these things now. That is far too small a sample size. From Joy Armchair Critic, Pogba's career peaked at Russia. KDB better. KDB is more consistent. He's more consistent. Pogba is the better footballer. He is. Pogba is the better footballer. I always said KDB is a system merchant, you know. But as of right now, in 2020, KDB is, I would take KDB. Would I? Yeah, I would probably. I don't know, because maybe Pogba just needs the right system, but I understand people saying taking KDB over Pogba because KDB is producing more. Right now, KDB is more effective and more productive as a player as of right now. You know, so, but look, man, Pogba has his World Cup. So what am I going to say? He has a World Cup. He has a World Cup. From your boy, Dave Reacts, man. Thank you for the super chat, Mr. Dave Reacts. Says, all I'm saying is if Ole is clueless, then all the blame should fall on the players' heads. That team was still good enough to win without tactics. No. That's not how football works. This is the Premier League, and this is still a tough league. 100% players should take some of the blame because you are still better man for man. But at the same time, Crystal Palace aren't gutter trash. Okay, these guys aren't gutter trash. They are a decent team with a very good player in the team. So you can't just go there without tactics and just expect them to beat them. That's what you would expect against Shamrock Rovers or against Doncaster Rovers or against Scunthorpe. Yeah, then you don't need tactics. Premier League, a mid-table team, you do need coaching, you do need management. Because if you don't, specifically in the Premier League, you could get beat. Because the Premier League is a tough league where anybody can get it. So the players should take some blame for sure, because they should have had more quality in the final third and they should have been a bit more creative in the final third in what they were trying to do, create better, more imaginative opportunities. But for Solskjær, it begins on the training ground. You know, you should have set forth a better blueprint to open up Palace. You should have created better strategies in order to give your team the best platform to try and expose them and get the best out of them and be able to defend better in transitions. Solskjær, you signed off on Maguire. How good is Maguire really? Because 2 of those goals could have been avoided by better defending, better positioning. You know, like a truly great central defender influences the whole back line. So a truly good central defender would have been able to read that pass that came across for Townsend to score and shout orders at Shaw. A really good top defender would have anticipated perhaps this could be an early shot, and rather than hide, puts his foot there and try to block the shot. Who the heck is Jerry Maguire? That's what I want to know. Who the heck is Jerry Maguire? And why is he the captain of this side when he's a convicted criminal? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Tomorrow is a big game, man. Tomorrow is a big game, man. Tomorrow is a big game. All right, what are you guys saying? What are you guys saying, man? Guys, all right, I know KDB, cool. What has KDB done? Has KDB done anything in a major final? That's what I ask. He's a quality player, amazing. Has he done anything in a CL final? Has he done anything in a World Cup final? Has he done anything in a Euro final? Until he does that, I don't know how much respect I can give to him. I can only respect you if you say what's up in a major final. Okay? So until he says what's up in a major final, I don't have any respect for you. That's how it works. Show up in a major final, then let's ride, man. So talent is meaningless if you can't apply it. Pogba is heading down a very bad road. The worst decision that Pogba made is not fighting hard enough and being willing to be hated in order to leave the club. Guys, that is all for me. You will be seeing me later tonight at the hangout. This could be a 3-hour hangout. It could be a 3-hour hangout because, guys, we're going to get real. We're going to obviously preview the Chelsea-Liverpool game. We're going to have lots of stuff, make things nice and interesting and so forth. So, guys, I will see you guys later. Remember, I will post a link on Twitter. I post a link on Twitter for people to come in to the open hangouts, say their things and so forth. So I'll see you there. But last word on this, well done to Palace. Great win, superb win. Very well done, very well played. Zaha, that dude is a player. And Solskjær, bruh, United fans, you need to wake up and smell the coffee. I think you need to stop the car. Say, Solskjær, can you take your hands off the wheel? No. Take your hands off that wheel. Can you please leave the car and make him walk home by himself? Because Solskjær is not the man to take United back to what I hope and I assume is the glory that they want to see them at. Boychester divided. Become a Patreon member. Gain access to my blog, get access to exclusive videos, and also get access to the podcast of the Saturday and the Sunday hangouts. Head over to patreon.com/halfwop to gain all these goodies while also supporting your boy HH.